Well, with Motown being known as Hitsville, USA in Detroit, the folks at Stax Records in Memphis, Tennessee decided to call themselves Soulsville, set up in what used to be an old movie theater. They set up some studios in there and had a pretty successful regional label in Stax until Atlantic came along and decided to partner with Atlantic Records out of New York, decided to partner with them and help them get national distribution. So this partnership between Atlantic Records and Stax, very, very important in the rise of the Memphis soul sound. And in particular, one person at Atlantic Records, Jerry Wexler, was instrumental in making all of this happen. The song that we're going to talk about now is Wilson Pickett's In the Midnight Hour, which arguably could be the song that got all of this Memphis soul stuff started on the charts. Anyway, Wexler came down to the Stax Studios. He brought Tom Dowd, the crack engineer from Atlantic Records, down to kind of fix up the recording studio, rewire some things, bring it up to their standards. And he came down to record Wilson Pickett and the Stax studio band, very much like the Funk Brothers in Motown. Stax had a studio band that was mostly Booker T and the MGs, Steve Cropper, Duck Dunn, Booker T. And these guys working in many ways very much like the Motown musicians did, helping sort of make the arrangements as they went. And so it was Steve Cropper, the guitarist in this group, and Wilson Pickett who got together to write the song In the Midnight Hour. Steve Cropper liking to tell the story that, you know, whenever Wilson Pickett would get rolling on something sort of improvising, he would keep saying in the midnight hour. Of course, that phrase, coming from gospel, right? My Lord comes to me in the midnight hour, this kind of thing. And so he thought, well, this seems to be this guy's thing, so let's kind of write a song around it. And so in the midnight hour, they started to work on that. At the same time, Jerry Wexler came into the studio. He said the kids back east had a dance they were doing, and he sort of tried to do it for them to sort of show what it was. And he said it would be great if this song could fit that dance. We could get some extra sales that way. And so they watched Jerry Wexler do the thing, and they noticed that there was kind of a delay on beats 2 and 4, so it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that delayed backbeat is what they tried to put into the tune. In fact, it wasn't an uncommon thing in popular music, but a little bit exaggerated here, became kind of the mark of the tune and of the Memphis soul sound, the delayed backbeat on 2 and 4. The track itself, a simple verse tune. It's got an instrumental interlude and an introduction, but otherwise it basically delivers 2 17-measure verses, verse 1, verse 2. You get an instrumental interlude of about 23 measures featuring the famous Stax horns, and then you get a partial verse at the end that then fades out, giving you 20 measures at the end. The whole thing starts with the 6-measure introduction. As you're listening, listen to the looseness of the sound in the Stax version, as opposed to, say, a lot of the Motown music. A little bit more unbuttoned, the sound here, maybe a little bit grittier. And then also listen as you count along the meter to see if you can perceive that delayed backbeat that's so much a part of this track, Wilson Pickett, In the Midnight Hour.